Guys, this is Bungani from The Edge again. So in this case, it is advised that you bring back your knowledge about special angles. So I'm assuming that you know them right now, but let me just list quite a few that we expect you to know when we go to the exam or test. 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 135 degrees, 150 degrees, 180 degrees. So it's kind of continues like that. So we expect you to know these angles, because most of the time we're going to be asking questions based on these angles, right? So the first thing that we have to do here in a question that looks like this, it's useful to focus on the trigonometric functions first before you even go to what's actually being asked. Alright, so the first one that we're gonna go through is 150 degrees. So we know 150, we can write it in terms of a reduction formula. If you really don't want to use a calculator, you can say 180 minus 30 degrees. You know that 180 minus 30 degrees, that is the second quadrant. Then you just know that the sign is positive there, and it's sine 30 degrees. If you remember exactly, sine 30 degrees is a half, right? So since we've solved for sine 150, let's go to tan 135 degrees. So tan 135, we're going to apply the same idea. We're going to say 180, and what do we have to subtract 180 to get 135? Going to have to subtract 45 degrees. So we know that we're on the second quadrant. Remember, on the second quadrant, if we go back to like our Cartesian plane, we know that only sine is positive. The tan is positive on the third quadrant, and cos is positive on the fourth quadrant, and on the first quadrant all of them are positive. So we are here and only sine. That's why I said here sine is going to change to be sine 30, which is a half. But in this case, if we are here, tan is going to be minus tan 45 degrees, and we know 45 tan 45 is 1. So this changes to be minus 1. Alright, now we can substitute these values back into our expression. Therefore, if we change that 4 to the exponent 150, it changes to be 4 to the half. And also, if we say 2 to the exponent 3, if we change our 135, our tan 135, it becomes what? Minus 1, right? By the looks of things here, I would have to change my 4 to be 2 to the exponent 2. Then you're going to have a half like that. Then going to multiply by, if I say minus 3 times minus 1, we're going to have minus 3. Then if we multiply 2 multiplied by a half, this 2 over here is going to cancel. There's going to be a 1 left and a 1, so it's going to be 1 times 1. We're going to get a what? A 1. So now I'm going to have something that looks like this: 2 to the exponent 1 multiplied by 2 to the exponent minus 3. The next thing that we're going to do is multiply these two things the same base. We add exponents, so it's going to be 1 plus minus 3, which is 2 to the exponent minus 2. And if we apply a root, you know what here is 2. A square root is going to be 2 to the exponent minus 2 divided by 2, which is then going to be 2 to the exponent minus a half, and that is actually a half. So that's your answer. Thank you, guys.